Hello. Uh, I'm going to make this video, and I got inspiration to make this one because I had recently joined the Discord for people who want to try playing Aki or learn the matchup and what have you, and someone who had recently tried who just recently reached diamond rank was like, I have trouble with zoning with Guile and JP and dealing with their goofy shenanigans, and I can see why after watching random replays in diamond, and it makes me just remember why I don't like playing in diamond rank whenever I go through the grind. So specifically, like with Guile dealing with the booms and sonic blades, and then with JP just dealing with like his zoning tools, like his spikes and the fireballs and the portal, which are like his big zoning tools. So we'll start with Guile first. I will do this replay because I think this one basically has everything in it that just encapsulates the Guile game plan, at least at this rank, because surprisingly, as I've come to know and learn watching these replays, not a lot of diamond players actually turtle and actually do the Guile thing. A lot of them just go crazy. So we'll watch this real quick, and then afterwards I will give some examples of how to deal with it. Before we do that, let me lower the volume real quick, because I'm gonna commentate a little bit. Okay. So right off the bat, just definitely doing Guile things. Did Sonic Blade, and he ran up close. So, from my experience of playing, like, because I'm a master rank at this point, and at my local, there's a really good Guile player. A lot of good Guile players will effectively throw Sonic Booms and gradually make you work your way toward the corner without you actually realize you get to the corner, and like essentially rush you down and get you to the corner, and then once you're stuck in the corner, now you're playing the blender game that is Street Fighter 6. So like that was a pretty good start right there. So, and then there we go, and then he somehow managed to get the punish counter with that, which is pretty crazy. Throwing a Sonic Blade, trying to keep him in check. Getting anti-airs, doing the pressure. Now he's in the corner. Now you gotta guess. Doing the throw. Could have done a better punish there, but whatever. He makes up for it over here. Doing some Aki-Oki. Try to jump in. Now, we're gonna go through with the second round, but there was some things the Aki player could, like, obviously shouldn't have done. Where, like, some telltale signs that, like, if a guy was doing something, don't do it. And there was obviously some other clear things that they could have capitalized on punishing that the Guile player was doing. Like, knowledge checks, if you would. So, we're gonna keep going. He's turtling. No, good, just using use of the EX bubble and just slowly walking forward. Trying to slowly creep forward. got a good punish counter there. Used medium slide for Oki, but didn't work out too well for him. Now we're back to the turtle game. People's least favorite game. Alright. Kind of was able to capitalize on him just throwing the EX thing out there, but... Alright, now they got him in the corner. Alright. Was able to capitalize on it this time around. And now we're on the final round. Throwing some more booms. Did a drive rush throw. Using the whip. Not a very good thing to do of doing basically the puddle just right in front of them, because you can get punished very badly on that because of how long that animation starts. How long that animation lasts for, but what are we gonna do? Does the X now? In my experience of playing Guile, a lot of the tools that you would normally be able to use to punish fireballs, like the dive, don't even try it. His fireballs are way too fast. It recovers too quickly to be able to do anything with it. Like to be able to do on react. Like that, for example, you can't do it because they recover way too quickly. That was rather brazen, I think. No, you're, yeah, minus 8 on that. They were more. Yeah, there we go. Got punched on that. We're able to jump in free. Doing pressure. That was a nice jump in the hockey. They burnt themselves out, which was a very poor decision on their part. And then they lost. Alright. Now, we're gonna play through this again. I'm gonna show a couple of things that they could have improved on. And like just a general game plan of what you should do, like playing against Guile, or at least like what I know, like go through the process of like how I normally fight Guiles, and like, or at least like turtly Guiles, because you have to, like, usually the best thing that you would have to be able to do, right, is play very patient. Because like, otherwise, because if they're turtling, the only thing you can really do is be very, very patient, right? So, I'll just take round start, I'll take control over here, right? So, no, I took control of the wrong player. Damn it. Stop. Can I? There we go. End player control. Okay. So, I'm gonna do my thing. Oh. Yeah. Just keep. Okay. Oh. So I didn't do the thing that I should have done. Right? They did the right there. When they throw that out there, just randomly in like neutral, completely punishable. Right? Big old hitbox. Right there. Just that you can completely capitalize on like I did before. Right? So we'll rewind it a bit. Right? When they just throw that out there, just take it frame by frame. It's just like boom. Like during this animation, like, yeah, I can see the mouse. Just like right around here, let's pretend like his boot just turns into a big old clown shoe right over here, right? His hurt box just goes from here to like here, right? So you can like very much capitalize on that big old juicy hurt box when he does that, right? So you can get like if you're closer, you can get away with doing a sweep, but because of like how far away you would be at this point, your best bet is to go for like a crouch and medium kick. And if you're close enough, you can combo with a heavy punch and then get him poisoned. Which then, nope. Puts you at like plus 34, right? Which then puts you at like this range. Which then, like, if they're gonna push a button, puts you at a good range for a counter hit. Oh my god. That was weird. I wonder if it's because the like read the drive thing. I probably read the 2 punches. So like, depending on like how they recover, if they recover still in place, you could do that. But if they don't, you can just do like you could do a drive rush. But you could probably also do like a medium slide. That probably puts you close enough in there. But or you could just like do a drive rush and then try and do like a meaty setup situation. But like main thing, completely punishable. Which can put you in a lot of dumb stuff that you can do, right? And they have like, they just block it and be right there. You're in range to do some silly stuff. And then, if that trades, you're still in range to like counter with that. So like, I'll purposely try to trade that. Like usually you'd be like, you could be in range to trade that if you're close enough. But like you should be able to trade there. Oh, I am terrible today. I'm tired. It. But yeah, basically, long story short, like when they throw that out there, like just in neutral, drive rush, medium crouch and medium kick. If you get a push counter, you can do the target combo with their heavy punch, which then puts you in a situation where you can get some Oki off of it. So then continuing on. Now, like at this stage of diamond rank, like I don't expect people to be able to know how to fucking check a drive rush, because it's like you're basically just focusing on trying to learn the fundamentals and stuff. But you how slow they were moving on that, they could you could check it if you know how to do it. But we're not gonna focus on that. We're just focusing on learn how to deal with the sonic booms and the sonic blade. So just doing that. Now he's close. No, I'm pretty sure right there. I don't think, because they did it on wake up. So at that point the hitbox is already gone. Yeah. So the hitbox is already gone. So that wouldn't really done anything. So at that point you can't really do much of anything. A good. All right, there we go, right there. Another prime example Oh my god. So, if you... I just want to rewind. There we go. So... if you're just, like, doing your own thing, like, playing, like, the whole neutral, like, footsie type deal where you're, like, just over here neutral, and you see a Guile doing this, just crouching, or, like, just standing still, and you're, like, you're thinking you want to jump in, don't, because they'll be able to crouch and have enough time to do this. But, like, if they're, like, walking backwards, then, or forward, then probably, yeah, you'll have enough time to jump in on them, but, like, not a good time to do that. And then, ultimately, they won this round, but, like, this is like a couple of poor times where they just weren't able to punish. It was like right there again. I already showed how to do it, but like they just ultimately you can punish that, and like that would have won them the round, but it didn't. And then also just like wasting, like, Aki's like one of the best strengths is when your opponent's in burnout, so they could have capitalized on that. More booms. So like another like thing you could do when they are just throwing sonic booms is like the whole point that like a Guile's doing the whole like sonic boom thing, right? Is like while they're throwing sonic booms, if they're just throwing them willy-nilly and like just doing it out of like habit, see if I can just rewind enough, because there was a point where we were just throwing them out here a bit. He was like around here, yeah, like he was doing a couple over there, so like this is like he threw a couple right over there, right? Just like when he's throwing them, just parry and walk forward and just block, right? And just wait for him to like do something silly, like dash forward, and then you can like punish him for dashing forward. Just play the footsie game, you know? Because like once you like get in their face, just do some pressure and just wait for them to do something like to make a mistake. Because like some Guile players like will like be patient enough to just turtle or whatever, but it like if it gets to a point where like they're low on health and they're just throwing sonic booms, eventually they will have to like do something drastic and try to like turn the tides. And that's just like what they're gonna have to do. So what else? Yeah, they did that before. There was like another thing in this replay that I wanted to like show that was relevant to dealing with it. watching, just trying to think. Okay, yeah, like definitely don't do that, because like unless like you're gonna be like hard redoing that, like that's not gonna work either. So like just like again, like you just have to like be like silly patient, just walk forward while they're throwing sonic booms, right? Wait for them to like just to make a mistake. Right? Because they will eventually do something like I usually just like freaking manually do parry. That's why I keep getting like slapped in the face when I parry. Because I keep flanking it instead. Like this is silly like just like you have to like ultimately just like play patient, parry sonic booms while walking forward, wait for them to do something, make a mistake, basically force them to like keep going backwards or to do something like do a move that is punishable, like and then like try to trip them up. Essentially, and if you can get like close enough to do something like just run your flowchart. Not much else really that I could say like to do other than just like if you're playing against like a turtley Guile player, that's pretty much mostly all that you could do in like that situation. Then like just be really patient. And like, obviously, this is like you can't do that because that's not gonna really work too well. And like right there, like there's like throwing like a lot of sonic booms while they're far away. Like you can also like do that too, because like if they're like obviously like doing sonic booms in a very like predictable manner, and you know like they're just gonna keep mashing it, you can do that. Because it's not like that you can't jump in on a Guile, right? Because you can jump in on a Guile if they keep mashing sonic boom. You just have to know when to do it, because you have to essentially read when they're gonna do it. It's just like be patient, read when they're gonna do something. If they're doing something very predictable, like just throwing sonic booms a lot, right? And then capitalize on the opportunities where they actually make a mistake. That's like the main things you can really do against the Guile player, because like unless the Guile like knows like to do like the really good stuff other than like throwing sonic boom for zoning, they're not gonna do much else other than like zone you out a lot. And like at this rank, they're probably not gonna do much else other than zone you and expect you to jump at them and then do flash kick, and then they'll like throw out the sonic blade, not knowing like not expecting you not to know, hey, I got a big juicy hurt box right here, and then like knowing that you can punish it. And like once you punch them with that a few times, like there's not much else they can like do to like zone you out other than throw sonic booms and hope that you jump. And then try to like choke them up by like doing like a neutral jump at like a good distance for like to bait them into doing something silly like doing a flash kick. so that like they'll miss it, or even like I think it's like his medium kick, standing medium kick is like one of his anti-airs also, or like you might whiff that. And like you can even like do something like I didn't show it over here, but when he's like throwing sonic booms. He's throwing a sonic boom over here. Oh. Like just try to like time. Like right there, I think that was supposed to be a sonic boom, but he got like something else instead. See? Like, yeah, because that was supposed to be like on the replay that's supposed to be an EX fireball. So like they might get something else like a jab, or like they'll just like their timing will get all skewed up. So like if you could time that slither correctly. You can like it's like obviously this is like a replay, so like it's like that's scripted, so like that's not gonna work. But like, you know, that's not gonna work. So like you can even just like if you're like from this distance, right? You could even just like the like mess up their timing also. Like besides doing that, you can also like just do that if you're far enough. Like if you're like from full screen, if like the flash kick or whatever isn't gonna hit, or like a normal isn't gonna get, just like the close in the distance, you can slide underneath there. Or like if you know they're just gonna like mash a regular after like if they just like have like a predictable pattern of like just doing like a like fireball EX, right? You just be like that, like do that, and then just have like what do you call it? Just like have throw the fire, like the regular fireball a little later, so you can do this. Because obviously like her fireball is a little slower, so you can't like, you can delay. Like before it was like, obviously before her patch, or not her patch, like the patch that was just like, hey, what do you call it? I'm gonna pause it because that's getting annoying. Like before, like there was like a only like one time where you could like, there was like a specific cancel window that you could do that. You couldn't delay when you could do it. But like, I think from like season 2 onwards, they extended the cancel window which you can do that. So like, there's a much longer delay on which you can do that. So like, you could wait until the other fireball comes closer to you, and then like let it out like that, and then be like boom, and then like just do that. Do stuff like that, just to be able to get in, you know. But yeah, that's the advice I could give for Guile. Just like be patient, like don't just stand at the end and like parry the booms, like parry, but also like each time you parry, walk in closer, and then like you can occasionally throw off the timing by doing like slither, or even like if they do a fast one, you can do like a neutral jump, because obviously the boom has to get off the screen, and even then like there's still like it's still technically kind of in the game for a little bit of a period of time, so like they still have to wait to do another boom, so it throws off their timing on when they can throw another boom, so it gives you time to be able to like get closer in on them, and then wait for them to make a mistake before you can get in on them. and then try to like slowly get them into the corner and put pressure on them until they kind of crack under the pressure to do something stupid, then just capitalize on it. Alrighty. Now on to JP. So there's like I got two JP ones. That's a good example of typical JP zoning thing. I'm gonna show this one first because this was like very, very typical JP stuff that you can like that they do, and then like I keep saying like I just noticed that you could defend against while they're doing their zoning, and wait for a chance to blow them up for it if they do the incorrect order of doing zoning. And then another one where essentially their zoning is very tight, and you ultimately just have to like just keep like moving yourself forward while defending, essentially, if they keep spamming the fireball on like cruise control, and then wait for an opportunity to jump in and do whatever it is you want to do. Because while like if they practice enough, JPs that like in like basically like low diamond will mostly just do zoning and probably know like one combo to get you back far away from them so they can continue their zoning. And they might know like one corner combo once they get you in the corner to like get the party going. That's about it. Once you get close enough, usually like in neutral, they have like sometimes they have no idea what to do at that point, and they kind of crack under the pressure and they'll like either default to like try and do amnesia or whatever, and you can bait them into doing something really dumb. So we'll start with this one first. We'll watch the replay.
An honor, to be sure. Round one. Fight.
Alright, so like at first he doesn't like start doing the zoning stuff, but then he just like defaults into zoning. Alright, now he's got like the like party going with the zoning, but now that they're in the corner, now they're doing like corner stuff. But they like Aki wasn't paying attention because the portal was behind them, so they got hit by it. Now, like if you notice, like at that point they were kind of being a little bit passive. They're not like you got them in the corner and they're this one's got them in the corner and they're kind of just like freezing up, just playing more defensive. And now they're doing more zoning stuff. And they're gonna level 3. And that's it, that's all they wrote. Now, there was like one thing when I was watching this initially that like really stuck out to me, and I'm surprised that like they were able to get away with it, because like again, probably beginner JP player, so like they could have like blown them up for it so easily with this, right? So portals are very good with JP for holding the neutral, for like one simple fact of that, like once you throw the portal down, like that's it. Like, oh, we'll just fast forward to Like over here is not like a very good example. I think the other round was because they were just jumping over the portals like a goober. Like there was a lot of jumping involved in this match. So like they try to do the thing, right? Where was the... I think it was like over here when he was doing the portal. Okay, I'm definitely misremembering. I think it was definitely the first round. I must have just skipped past it. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So they do that. He's like jumping over the spikes a lot, and I think they throw a portal over around here somewhere. Yeah. So like they were jumping around a lot, and they threw a portal, right? And then he obviously uses the portal to do that. And that happened. So there's like, near like the tail end of that, right? Where, we'll go back to round one. Where he was doing like his own shenanigans, right? There is a point where there was a perfect opportunity for the Aki to like actually do it. Like to actually get in and actually punish him for just slapping a fucking portal. Where it was completely unsafe for him to do it. That was it right there. Right? But because they got too impatient trying to get in on him, they weren't able to capitalize on it. So right after here, if they had done, after that, if they had just decided to just remain over here and patient, they could have just done that, right? And if they were just like decided to just be, like hang back over here, right? I keep trying to parry it while moving forward. They could have like, as soon as they saw like the animation for him doing the finger snap, they could have reacted to it and done the forward kicks and gotten the punch for that. And the one I just did wasn't even like optimal. The more optimal punish would have been. Hold on. It would be like something like this. And then like just be like even sillier, just keep going with this. Get him in the corner. Do a save jump because people in Diamond Ring don't understand save jumps. It's like a 50-50 if they do. Oh. I just try and do a level 1 there, and then you get a because steamrolled into something really crazy, right? And then if they're like worried about amnesia, they could have like shimmied and done like prevent the amnesia, like basically essentially just watch you out for amnesia and all that other fun stuff, right? But yeah. Other than that, like, they were just jumping around a lot. Doing that. Like, bad time all around, right? Now, we'll go to the other one, because this is the other one's going to be, like, a much better example of, like, trying to, like, defend against someone who's, like, actually properly zoning as, like, a JB player. Because this one's, like, very, very, like, airtight with the portals. It's crazy how it's, like, tight this is. So, like, he's doing some neutral stuff, right? Throwing, like, fireballs, doing his normals. They're, like, up close. And here is where things get a little insane. Now, the only reason that worked is because he was just kind of like asleep at the wheel, right? Now, in that situation, right? A good way to like try to like get close to someone who's like just spamming fireballs like that, because normally JPs are just like fireball, spike, fireball, fishing for someone, like fishing for a knockdown before they throw down a portal, right? But how they were doing it was they were waiting like right if you notice, right? Because I'm gonna like start trying to defend right there, right when that portal just like happens. Like they throw down a portal. Like right at that precise time was when they threw down a portal, right? But like then for some reason he just like, because they were just hanging out in the back, they were just spamming fireballs. So let's say for like the sake of argument, right? This person like is like, I'm just gonna keep spamming fireballs because like I'm asleep at the wheel. I'm gonna fucking keep spamming fireballs, right? Now, what you could do, or like just like in general, what is a good thing to do is just keep walking forward, right? Because like they'll likely just keep throwing different fireballs because they do different. They hit at different angles. Just keep parrying and get closer until you get to a point where you're at a good enough distance where you can like read the fireball, right? I'm not gonna count that one because freaking input reader for whatever reason read him doing something different. Like right there. Right? And then you can get in on them. Jump in, get a hit. But yeah, it's like generally what you want to do when someone keeps like, when a JP keeps zoning you with like fireballs and spikes, is look for an opening to like, if they keep doing the zoning thing of throwing fireballs and spikes. This was like, they just kept spamming fireballs, so like they didn't do like the fireball spike thing. Is 9 out of 10 JPs will generally do that because you can alternate between the two to get a knockdown easier, because that's what they want to do. They want to like do the they want to do the knockdown so they can throw down the portal so that they can wait for you to like screw up and then hit you with the spike, not the spike, the portal. Or if you keep blocking, right? Just like do like a random parry, expecting the spike, and then just be like, boom, portal in front of you, punch, counter, throw you in the corner, and then like there, now you're stuck in the corner. Now you're guessing the rest of the round, right? Or like until you're able to get out. So that's generally what they're trying to look for. So if you're able to like maintain patience, and if they're like throwing down the fireballs and the spikes, right? And if they just throw off their rhythm and they end up throwing down a portal after a spike, because I think the recovery or the stun block is longer for a fireball than a spike, and they throw down a spike before. I mean, they throw down a spike and then a portal. The recovery takes longer, is long on that, so it gives you time to be able to rush in because Aki's probably like the second fastest. Actually, no, because Bison's drive rush is pretty quick too. She's one of like the few people who's got a drive rush that's really fast, so like you can capitalize on that, zoom in really quick, and then do her forward heavy kick to like close in the gap to get a punish, and be able to get in close and get a decent combo, and then now you're in their face, and then they're just gonna like likely freeze up because they're like, oh no, my zoning isn't working now, and this is the only thing I really practice. Now what am I gonna do? So that like is like, again, like probably like not the best like solid advice, like, because like it's not like a definitive answer of like, oh, just simply do this move or this combo and then boom, problem solved, right? But that's essentially like the only thing you can really do in that situation. Like, along with like, I don't know, like again, like the other thing that you could also do is just like, right, if they're like just keep spamming the fireball, do something like that. Or like you could even like take it one step further with like, instead of just throwing a regular fireball, if they just keep spamming the fireball, like after the portal's gone, just throw an EX fireball. Because like, unless they throw another EX fireball of their own, unless like it's 2 consecutive hits, I think the EX fireball will just keep moving forward. It'll just keep moving forward, canceling out whatever fireballs they throw out at them. So, like, it'll just keep moving straight forward. So you can just, like, just follow behind it. And then, like, unless they, like, threw down a portal beforehand, they'll be like, oh, EX fireball. Portal behind the fire, like, you walking behind the fireball. Or if they throw an EX fireball of their own to cancel out that fireball. But even then, if they throw out that EX fireball to just cancel out that fireball, you could just like right after that just drive rush behind them and just blow them up. Or even then, just like as soon as they throw out that EX fireball, just jump and then punish them for it. So like there is like some counterplay to like deal with the zoning. It's just patience, parrying, defending, or just blocking, because I think like the fireball, if you block it, does more drive damage than the spike does. One of the two does more spike damage. I mean, does more drive damage than the other. Which is like why you could like alternate blocking as opposed to, I think it's the fireball, which I think would make sense because like that alternates, like depending on which fireball it is, either overhead, mid, or low. Whereas like the spike just is like just hits low, I think, or just like hits regardless. So, well, that hits regardless, but like it like whatever. Like you could like block it however you want to, like however it does it. Let me see. Oh yeah, he doesn't freaking throw spikes in this one. That doesn't seem to do that much damage. So it's maybe the spikes. Either way, like parrying could be good, but you can also alternate between like blocking and doing the drive parry, drive parry. So that way, like, if they do throw down a portal, you're not, like, caught in parrying so they can portal towards you, and you don't, like, just automatically just get, like, thrown as a punish counter. If that makes sense. So, yeah, that's about, like, the tips that I got for dealing with zoning. For, like, got, like, at least, like, yeah, it's, like, turtling for Guile, and then dealing with the zoning with JP, at least for this rank in general. So, yeah, that is gonna do it for this video. I'll probably post this on the Discord because it's a long video. I don't know if they'll watch it, but I'm gonna post it on my channel regardless for other people to watch. Yeah, I decided not to use the layout just because it's like, just be easier to see what is going on there and with all the frame data and stuff. So, that's why I decided to go with this instead of my usual layout. Then I was too lazy to set up the camera because my camera's just in like a pocket somewhere instead of like on top of my monitor, which is where I will normally put it when I'm recording my videos and having it like to record my face. Anyways, hopefully this was informative. I hope I explained things very well, or at least well enough for people to understand. If not, comment, ask, either be like, yes, this was informative. I understood exactly your gibberish. Thank you very much. Or, no, I did not. What the fuck were you saying? Please elaborate. Ask questions. I will answer the best I can. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.